sure you join us as we are finally coming to the end of demolishing the stable walls. We've got just 2 more to go and we are full steam ahead now that George is back from the Dakar rally. We did get some pretty bad news about our visas this week though, so stick around to hear more about that. In the meantime, here's George taking down more wall.
Am I recording on here? Oh yeah, hi. Welcome back to Is it us or the wall? And the answer is it's always the wall. Here's some lovely stones just here. Look at that. One that's actually been cut. Delightful. So it's demolish a bit, move a bit, tidy a bit. Demolish a bit, move a bit, tidy a bit.
Demolish a bit, move a bit, tidy a bit. Demolish a bit, move a bit, tidy a bit. Demolish a bit, move a bit, tidy a bit. Yeah, you get the point.
Rural life, we were supposed to go skiing tomorrow. We were looking forward to going skiing. However, I forgot to check it and it's my own fault. But the septic tank is full to overflowing. So we can't go until that's done. And the earliest I could get a guy was tomorrow afternoon. So, loving rural septic tank life. My reliance on, you know, getting used to, you get so used to like living in a city and not being off grid as it were for that bit, because we are in the sense off grid for that. Forgot you have to do something about it. It's probably about the same month as you pay for wastewater, or maybe a bit less in the UK, because you pay to get that taken away. It's part of your costs to your water supplier, but here you do it to a bloke with a poop van. Just having a cup of tea and a dog walk, and to meet Jazz, who's finished her run. Can you hear that in the background? That sounds like a river. Normally it's a stream, but oh wow, that is a river. Hi Jazz. Look at this. That is mad. It's mad.
Yeah, have you seen that bit there?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is mental.
That's like, this is what I was trying to cross.
Yeah, it's gonna...
It's really slippy.
It's breached the... Well, I mean, it's normally just this little span here, blue. This little span here, but now it's all the way across. It's a bit dangerous, doggos.
Yeah.
T, post run. I'm going to take down a bit on this wall, but why don't you lovely people enjoy a beautiful time lapse of the sunset and clouds? Let's see if I can set something up for you. Hi.
Hi. From me and my new overalls.
Look at those.
They've now look old.
Yes.
I've only worn them this morning. He's like, you're sat down finally.
Brilliant.
So I'm in Carhartt, and they are like, they're such a nicer material. They're really like flexible and they fit nicer.
The dickies were so hot as well.
Yeah, they've got loads of good pockets and stuff, so it's wicked.
More robust.
Yep. Anyway, that's not really what we're here to talk about.
No, we're here to talk about walls.
No, we're here to talk about... we're here to talk about our visas. Basically, we have had some frustrating news. If you watched our Vlogmas, you would have seen that we had a bit of a stressful few months, like getting all the paperwork together to apply for a carte de séjour, and then didn't know if we got them, if we got it for you, and that was like hit and miss, where you stay, where you have to do Christmas.
Your carte de séjour is your longer term visa.
Yeah.
It's
typically it's a 4-year visa. basically, anyway, so we got like our recipes, which is kind of like you've passed the requirements and you'll get the actual thing in a few months. Anyway, I went to go and pick mine up yesterday, my actual carte séjour, and she hands me my carte séjour, and it says on it, temporary carte séjour, it's valid until November, 1 year, from like when it ran out, essentially. Obviously we're in January now. And I was like, wait, this obviously was all in French, and the people were not very helpful. They weren't unfriendly, they were just like...
Just a bit blood out of a stone.
They just,
really.
yeah.
They weren't offering solutions.
No. And I was basically like, what? Like, why is this only for a year? And she was like, je sais pas, I don't know. Someone happened to walk in the room and she was like, oh, this, basically in French, she was like, oh, this lady wants to know why her carte séjour was only for a year. And the lady was like, are you an auto-entrepreneur? Which basically means, are you self-employed? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, well, you can only do 1 year, and then you have to then you can apply for 4 years, which is, we have never heard of that situation. Like, never have we heard that.
Not that it relates to our working status.
No, at all. I was like, okay. And then she goes, and your language test. And I was like, yeah. So basically you're supposed to take a language test to get your carte séjour, and up until January the 1st this year, that was passing to an A2 level. And
goes A1, A2 is your very beginner next.
Yeah. And we had like applied for our language tests last summer, like July, and we never had anything back about them. And what we had heard back from that organisation was our like medical certificate.
So they'd been in contact.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't like it was like dead silence.
And basically what we had heard through our visa agency was that OFI, which is the the company basically that runs the language tests, is really hit and miss, and like they sometimes do the language test, sometimes they don't. Basically each prefecture can just determine whether they want the language certificate or not, essentially. So we hadn't heard anything from OFI, and the prefecture that we use
had never mentioned
it.
They never said you will need this, bring this with you, this certificate. It wasn't in the requests or anything, but to then be told, oh, you needed this. Well, they didn't say you needed this in order to get your 4 year. They just said, in a year, come back with this test.
That. And they didn't. We've met every requirement. They've come back to me like once to ask for some additional paperwork, or for you to ask for additional paperwork. And then I've had 2 letters requesting my presence with things I need to bring. Never has the OFI certificate been mentioned for my language test.
No.
And you would have thought that they would have been like, oh, you can't get this unless you have this certificate, so can you provide that? So we just assumed, okay, this prefecture has determined that they don't need that in order to get the
it's not a necessity in order to have our 4 year carte séjour. Then to turn up and be given a 1 year temporary one.
It's really frustrating and upsetting for a few reasons. One is that it's really stressful to meet the requirements for the carte séjour. So every month you have to earn a certain amount of money, and it has to be like spread out across the months of the year, which when you're self-employed, like it doesn't really work like that.
No.
You earn like gathered, like the money's kind of like grouped together,
Yeah.
like every 3 months or something like that, whatever, it just depends on your work pattern. So it's like, again, we have to go through the repeat of last year of every month going, oh my gosh, like have we got the right amount of money? Have we transferred the right amount of money into our like normal accounts? Because you have to meet, it's like you earn the money and then you have to transfer a certain amount of money into your daily account and show them that. So there's that, which is, so financially it's like pretty stressful.
Onerous. Yeah.
Then secondly, you have to pay for this process again. It's €225 a person for this visa, which is like okay if it's lasting for 4 years. Anyway, we've had to pay that first time around, and now again, and then we're going to have to pay it again in November.
Do you not underestimate the cost of the visa system now, like that now exists?
Yeah.
That it is, we spent thousands.
And then there's more than just emotional thing of like,
it basically goes, you're still temporary.
Yeah, it's
right.
Like
it says
temporary.
You are not settled. Like it stops us from having that. Okay, 4 years. We don't really have to stress about that. We can get on with our longer term projects and see this from a broader point of view.
School,
suddenly we're like, okay, we will meet. We know we're going to meet our requirements, but there is still a stress to getting there, and it makes it so hard to plan our life in a normal way. Whereas and it structures your life. Your continued existence in this country basically sits on two parameters: your ability to earn money in a certain way that they set out, and your ability to pass a level of test that they have just increased in French language.
Yeah.
And that is, you feel like your entire life is now based on those two things. Your own power of determination has been completely minimized. We can't just say this is how we want to live. We can survive, we can pay our taxes, we can like that's all fine, but unless we meet these two strict, it's like those externally exposed factors, we can't do it.
And it's like I said to George, like, I just feel personally like I feel inadequate because I'm being judged by those two standards. Like, it is no secret I have struggled to find work basically, and it's crap. Like, for anyone going through the job market right now trying to find work, it's rubbish. I can't seem to find a break basically. And then with the language, like, I take lessons every week, I practice every day, we immerse ourselves in French culture, we speak French like as much as we can. Yeah. And of course there's always more you can do, right? Like, it's just a balance of all the things in our life that we're trying to do, but I'm not good enough to pass that exam yet, and I'm not good enough to get a job in French yet. And I just find it like, when I feel like I've got another year of basically being set up, of being measured by these standards that I was struggling with quite a lot in the last year. of feeling like I did need to meet those things. And now it's like another year of that, and it's just such an awful feeling when you just feel like you're putting everything that you have into life and building a life here and being part of this community, to then be told, no, you can't do that, or you can do that until November, then we'll see how you go. We'll test you again.
Here's the framework by which everything is tested. But nobody's judging us on the merits of who we are or what we're doing. And they can't. And I get that. They can't, but it seems so abstract.
It seems so personal. Like,
it's not personal, but it's completely unpersonal.
Exactly.
Just as a point, if anybody needs any freelance marketing and brand work doing, Jazz is an absolute whiz.
I'm really good.
Literally, like more than a decade of experience in like branding, marketing. She's amazing. Advertising, and you just need support on projects or anything. Hey, if 5,000 people watch this, that's a lot of CVs, and you need support. And you're like, I just can't find anybody good. Send them our videos, and you'll see how much of a hard worker and amazing woman this person sitting next to me is. Or you'll just have a whole bunch more content to watch. Or both.
Yeah, we were like pretty upset by the situation.
Yeah.
And upset that we've got a bit more digging to do to really understand what the reason is. Was it the language thing? Was it the auto-entrepreneur thing? And we've got
flies back.
Anyway,
but
we went for
just as a point, the sun is shining. Yeah. We're in t-shirts in January. It was the wettest day of like ever yesterday, day before, but we're now in t-shirts in the summer sun in our beautiful garden, which is a building site. We went out for a long dog walk this morning because the kids are with their grandparents, and we stopped at the bakery and had an awesome donut. Which is very French, and it's been a lovely morning, and we're getting work done, so we're making progress. And we have this bunch of free time now where we can make more progress on this, make more progress for you guys to watch. All right, should we do some renovation?
Should we do what everyone's actually here for?
Let's show you the dog. You having a nice time in the dirt? Where are you going?
Okay, should we knock some wall down?
Knock some wall down, enjoy.
Where would you like to go from? Do you want to go
I'll do the bottom bit down here, and you do want to do at the top. I was wondering, do you think we don't have as many, this is also a question for you, Divya, as many subscribers on YouTube because our life is a bit more, it's less like happy-go-lucky. We're very happy-go-lucky people, but because we're like, what a beautiful compost bin and things like that, but we're not like overly enthusiastic when it comes to just like the beauty and the mundane.
No, I think it's because our lack of progress.
Or it could be our lack of progress. Comment below about why you think we sort of plateaued at around 6,000 subscribers rather than 600,000, which was my promise to Jazz when we began this. That we'd be that cool that we'd have over 500,000 subscribers in the first year. So we've been doing this for a year now.
Yeah, we've just
literally we are like,
we've been doing is walls.
basically a lot of walls. We didn't think we'd do this many walls. There is an end somewhere. Big, yellow. I love.
She's like, what should we do?
Yeah, what am I doing? What shall I do? Do you want to go and sit down over there? Yeah. We're probably the renovation channel that has done the most with stones and rocks. Like, that's our sort of claim to fame. Whoa, that's a biggie!
I would not choose that.
What do you want to be the defining story of your channel? Like, this weird pickaxing I'm doing. We need another crowbar.
Slowly getting hench, but like, that's not really what...
Jazz is like well ripped and buff, like marathon training and moving loads of rocks. Really good for your physique. Especially, well, we can't really say you're like post twins now. It's been a long time. Or can we? I don't know. Have I just mansplained it to you?
For a while.
I just mansplained. Oh yeah, it was ages ago that you had kids now.
I'll be like,
you're fine.
I'll be like 20 and I'll be like, God, I'm really
still recovering.
Recovered after that twin birth.
Like, I would want to partner with like workwear or tools or something where you're like, I don't know.
Pig's not there, is she?
No, she's there. She's being a good dog. Yeah, workwear or tools that make sense. Like,
just can't do me doing this in a face mask.
That is the way that you do it. You do it like, you got a battery pack on your side and the face mask on your leg. I don't have time to sit there and take 10 minutes in the morning because I'm freaking busy. I'm scaring my kids in this face mask. The only thing I've ever bought, actually, I would definitely, if anyone offered us money right now to advertise a face mask, I'd advertise a face mask. We should get in contact and say, do you want to reach a different audience? Or perhaps the same audience, but in a different way. The only thing I've ever bought that came from like an advert on a YouTuber was a blacksmith I've watched called Alex Deal, and it was just a code for like Surfshark for VPN because it was like 75% off.
That's useful.
But
that is a good sponsor for us because we use VPN a lot.
Yes. However, that I then went back on it and looked later. Without the code, it was the same discount. The code made no difference.
But you supported your...
I did support.
Your
I think he
content
got
maker.
some money with the creator code. We did. If you're here for us, we're here for you. Or we're here for you, so will you be here for us?
Please support us.
Your time is our money.
And by the way, we're lucky to make like 50 euros off a video.
Yeah.
Just so we're completely transparent.
This is not paying for anything right
Like-
now, apart from a shop every week. No, a shop.
No.
One shop a month.
One shop a month is what our...
One food shop a month.
So,
Is
yeah.
like 6 hours of editing. No,
And
more.
all the filming, but yeah.
More.
Yeah, we basically make about 200 euros a month off of our YouTube. So, yeah. It's hardly...
Which we're then taxed on as well.
Oh yeah. So it's
French
not really
government,
like a
if
big
you're
money
watching.
maker. Let's
No.
put that out there.
You're thinking of doing it yourself. You've got wild dreams. Timber. It's timber because it's a tree, and it is timber. Like, look out, there's timber.
Maybe there was a guy called Tim Burr.
Tim Burr who invented it. Yeah, it's Tim Burr got killed by a tree falling on him. So afterwards they shouted, Tim Burr! In order to warn people. Wait for it.
I can't get it.
Go on, keep going, hit it. Stop trying to hit it and hit it. Yes. Smash.
You right?
Yeah, it was just quite close to the old meat and potatoes.
For anyone who's new to watching this video,
This channel,
for anyone new to watching this channel,
unless you join the video halfway through. Right, go on.
right, for anyone new to watching this channel, and you're wondering why we're knocking down these walls, basically
Why are we knocking down these walls?
we need foundations. They're the crappiest walls, like there's nothing to them, they're just dust.
They've been patched and scabbed.
Yeah, so
They have trees growing through them and holes at the bottom.
we do have a whole video where I explain it, but just in a nutshell, we need foundations. and we want to have a more sustainable, like a more
environmentally
yeah.
friendly and
like insulated and
yes.
warm and
something that isn't things. That isn't even unrated on the
EPC rating.
That's it.
We will be using the stones to face the walls once we've rebuilt them in a modern, using like modern building materials. Ah!
Bees. The bees are back.
So yeah, we are going to reuse the stones, and it will look like it did, but it will just actually be a proper build.
Jazz.
Yeah.
I have a very important question for you.
Would you like lunch?
I had a whole thing planned.
Go on then.
I was going to get down on one knee and ask her if she wanted to have lunch. Am I that predictable? Yes. Let's go and have lunch.
Okay. Poop excavator has arrived. It's not this guy. It's the guy behind him. Should we have a quick look?
The emergency poop excavator.
Yeah. Did you explain already why there's like
I
this
did.
happened? Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll show you how they do it if you're interested. Right, trigger warning, but there's our old foss. Well, our current foss is just super old and gross.
Oh yeah, that's right, the top.
Yep. Oh. That's all we need to say about that.
That's all we need to say about it.
Have you been helping? Or you? I see you've been busy, George.
Yeah, we have been busy. It takes a lot of energy and effort, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
We'll be on to that one in the next video. Then after that, that one. And then that's going to be a big thing, the balcony. I was looking at it this morning and I was like, it's quite a hefty block. There's still quite a lot more demolition to go.
That's what everyone wants to hear, isn't it?
I know, but maybe for that, because there's the biggest, maybe we'll get a dig or something, I don't know. Maybe we've got so many stones, maybe we'll bite the bullet and just wreck a bit more and see what happens. Would anybody like to see that? Jazz,
let us know.
as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know how I feel about machinery, heavy machinery.
Heavy machinery. Well, we've got let's see. Thank you for watching. I'll stop waffling and we will see you next week for more fun on the farm, the fixing the French farm of fun.